So I told you there was a backstory on this tree over here that fell into the roof over there. We'll get that, but that's the tree. That's how big it was. There's some extra parts of the tree that are over there. And I told you when I told the story about the tree falling into this apartment building over here. You see where the damage is there. I told you when I wrote about that on Facebook. I told you this tree fell on that house while the guy's sitting on his couch, and the limb comes crashing through right next to him, apparently. And well, I should have said house. It's an apartment building. Anyway, so here's the tree. Here's where it fell from. You can see there's the crack over there, and it tore off and went that way during the storm. There's the other part of the tree. Let's see if you can get it here. Right up there, you see the cut off branch there? Yeah, there's a story about this tree, and it's a feud between the property owners here at Plantation Oaks, where we live, and the property owners there about whose responsibility this tree was. Well, the Plantation Oaks says, look, this is your tree. It's on your property. It's your responsibility. Well, anyway, you'll see, though, that there's something really interesting. Here's the fence right along the property line. And then all of a sudden, look here. See the way the fence curves conveniently behind the tree. Supposedly, this is the real property line according to the people next door. Or according to the property owner next door. The real property line goes like this, or their claim. And therefore, the tree is Plantation Oaks' responsibility. The fence comes here, and they say, okay, look, this is the real property line. It goes like this, and then they build the fence back this way behind the tree, and conveniently, that's supposed to be the real property line, according to their story. That makes little sense if you have common sense. That's not the way properties are. Look, conveniently, the property line supposedly goes right behind the tree and then takes up where it should be over here. Well, look, that doesn't make any sense, right? That's not the situation here. The situation is the property line goes straight this way, and there's a part of the tree over here, but obviously the bulk of the tree and the bulk of the tree and the root system is over that direction and clearly on their property. But they tried to pull a fast one here by building this fence behind the tree to try to make it look like that the property line, that the tree was on this side of the property line. Well, that's not, obviously not. That's kind of obvious shenanigans you can see they're trying to pull there. Well, I guess the tree told them which, who owned the tree, because when it fell on their property, not on ours, which is good. We didn't want the tree falling here, but pretty bad for the person who lived there that they never took responsibility for the tree. The tree decided, you're my responsibility. I mean, I'm your responsibility, and it fell over there. Well, it's not exactly purely a freak of nature that it just happened to fall on their property, because what our property owner did, the property owner for Plantation Oaks did, is they decided they were going to make this tree as safe for this property as possible, since the owner of the property next door refused to do anything about it. And they cut the limbs off of this side of the tree, so that way if it did fall, it didn't fall over here. And when it fell, it went there. Everybody knew this tree was probably going to fall too. This is the reason why there was a controversy here, because as you can see, the tree was starting to hollow out here, right? This bowl here, right? It was starting to hollow out, and everybody knew this was a danger for this big, tall sycamore tree. It's about 150 years old, according to the internet. And this big, tall sycamore tree, if it fell over, it was going to be a disaster one way or the other. And so that's why there was the feud. Whose responsibility was to make sure the tree didn't fall over? And they tried to pull a fast one by curving the fence behind the tree to make it look like that it was Plantation Oaks tree and Plantation Oaks responsibility. But in fact, that's not the case. And when the storm came, because Jody, our landlord, made sure it wouldn't fall this way, it did fall that way. And it's unfortunate for the person inside there, but in a way it's kind of justice, because they tried to pull a fast one to make it look like the tree belonged on this property. So that's the backstory on the tree, the sycamore tree that fell in and almost killed the guy. It didn't fall in over here and almost kill someone over here because Jody took affirmative action to make sure the tree, if it fell, didn't fall this way. And that's exactly what happened. And it fell over there. So there's your story to the sycamore tree falling into that house next